Hi, everybody. I hope you are all well. I'm going to keep today's video short and sweet and to the point. And you know what this video is about because you've seen the title, which is why you've been drawn to watch this. So what I want to share with you today is that first and foremost, you need to all know that you are a prize. You are a prize. You are the prize. You are a prize. And when you are showing up in the world, not acting as though you are a prize and not seeing yourself as a prize, people will treat you how you think that you should be treated. And that will be disrespectful, not valuing you. They'll be breadcrumbing you, ghosting you, ignoring you, taking you for granted. When you don't see your worth and your value, that will be reflected to you by how other people treat you. It is that simple. But the thing is, you really need to understand that you are a prize. You are just as good as anybody else. You are, as my mum would always say, you're somebody. So start acting and seeing yourself as though you are somebody. You are the prize. Let's think about what a prize is. What is a prize? Well, it's a gift. It's a trophy. It's an honor. If you had a trophy, would you take that trophy for granted? Or would you look after it, polish it, take care of it? Think about it. You are a prize. And the only reason you are not being treated as though you are a prize is because you're not seeing yourself as a prize. And I know, and you know this, those of you that have been following my channel since it started, you know that I get that I used to be somebody that wasn't the prize. I didn't get treated like I was the prize. It was being taken the piss out of, taken for granted, breadcrumbed, not chosen, not committed to, cheated on, so many things happened to me because I wasn't seeing my worth. You see, when we allow that type of treatment, and we consistently allow that type of treatment from other people, we're shouting out to the universe that is okay. That is okay. And so you're just going to get more of that crap. You're going to get more of that negative treatment because you're in that mindset of something is better than nothing. Well, quite frankly, I'd rather have nothing than that something. And that's a mentality that you're wanting to now shift into. To become the prize, you have to see your worth and your value. And only you can do that. I remember being really, really, really scared about doing a QBR. Now, if you haven't been in the sales world, a QBR is a quarterly business review. And I remember in my last corporate role, I remember walking into that QBR meeting and I remember being really nervous and really scared because I didn't feel confident. I wasn't feeling confident in that job. I didn't really know what I was doing. I was struggling. The technology or my accounts were all over the place. I was a nervous wreck, basically. So I walked into the meeting without any confidence and then stood up when it was my turn to speak about my area. And I remember saying something along the lines of, well, I think these numbers are correct. I think what I've got in here is right. And I was kind of acting like shaky because I was nervous and really, really unconfident. And I'll never forget the look on my manager's face at the time. And he looked at me like I was nothing. He looked at me like I was nothing. And therefore then I got treated like I was nothing. You have to see your value and your worth. You have to see yourself as somebody that deserves better than what you've allowed. I saw myself as somebody that deserved better after being kicked down left, right, and center from every possible direction that you can think of. And now I act as the prize because I am the prize, because I have value and worth. And I had to go through a self-love, deep dive in practice to release all of the baggage, all of these limiting beliefs, all of these negative emotions that I was holding on to I had to deep dive. I had to, as I said to one of my lovely clients from Manhattan yesterday, I had to kind of lift it out and shift it away to create the space to put the goodness back in, to see myself as that version that is the prize, that is the trophy, that people feel honored and privileged to know, to spend time with, to have time in my diary. You know, no more ghosting, no more breadcrumbs, no more being ignored, no more being devalued, no more being treated disrespectfully. Remember what I said. What you think about yourself is reflected by how people treat you. So use that as your feedback. If you are in situations with people right now and they're not seeing your worth, it's because you're not seeing your worth. Now, it doesn't mean that it's right. And we don't go home and beat ourselves up about the fact that we're not seeing our worth, which is why we're getting this treatment. No, because you wouldn't do this if you knew the answer. So you accept that you're the one that needs to change. You're the one that needs to do that lift all that stuff that you're holding on to, that negative stuff that you're holding on to, out and shift it away from you. And it's time to put the goodness in. It doesn't mean as well that you need to keep these people in your life. Absolutely held to the no to that. You do not have to keep these people in your life if they're not showing up the way that you want them to. And I've done a video on this when I was in South Africa, and I'll tag it here. So if you've got people in your life currently disrespecting you, devaluing you, not treating you as the prize, number one, just keep them at arm's length, or you can choose not to have them in your life again. That's your choice. But you have to start taking action energetically or verbally that this is no longer acceptable. Okay. And I know that's a hard thing to do, but then it gets easier. I promise you that it gets easier the more you do it. So you take action energetically, or you take a physical action by telling them this is no longer acceptable. Okay, you come back to yourself and you work on you. You create your self-love practice. I've got a variety of different courses, options, self-study workshops. You can have sessions with me, but there's a variety all over YouTube that you could choose from, where you can deep dive into shifting, so releasing and shifting all of this stuff that is holding you back from seeing that you are the prize, and seeing yourself as the prize, and from being able to act like it. So when you go all in on you, you will then start to transform the way you see yourself, the way you feel about yourself, and how you then get experienced out there. But first and foremost, it's about you feeling better about you, seeing your worth, finally seeing your value, respecting you. And by respecting you, you can only respect yourself by saying no to this negative, bad treatment that you no longer deserve, you never deserved in the first place. So you're going to work on yourself. And at the same time, if you want these people in your life, then they can only show up in a particular way. And that's creating a healthy boundary. And you naturally create those the more you learn to love yourself. It's just a natural process. You don't have to force that healthy boundary. You just know what you deserve and what you don't deserve anymore, because you're seeing yourself up here on the pedestal for the first time in your life. And you'll recognize that. That's not good. I'm not having that. So these people can only then show up in a particular way. So you can then just visualize or intend them to be a particular way towards you. But you obviously need to let go of the old story that you've been holding on to about them too. So it's time that you see yourself as the prize. It's time for you to tell the story that they feel privileged and honored to know me, that they feel privileged and honored to get time in my life, that they feel privileged and honored for me to be in a romantic relationship with them, that they feel privileged and honored to have me as their friend. Yeah. So you want to start seeing yourself as the prize, and you start acting like it. And the more you see your worth, the more you see your value, the more you learn to love yourself. I did that with a self-love daily practice. The more you do the work on you, your inner work, the more you'll realize that you were always the prize. You just had to find out. doing a bit of a deep dive discovery for yourself. If you do want any help, like I said, you can go to the links below. I offer a variety of coaching solutions specifically designed to for a self-love practice, for you to finally learn to love yourself so you can have a life that you love, deserve, and desire. That's it. So take a look at that. And if you have any questions, you can email me at natalie@asthepenniesdrop.com. I'm sorry if this video is a little bit bitty. I just wanted to get it in before my coaching session started today. So if you have any questions about this, or if you think I've missed anything out, whatever it is, just comment below. I love your comments, you know that. And if you really like this video and it's inspired you to fall in love with yourself, which you deserve to, then please feel free to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And yes, share this as well if you think that there are people that need to see this too, because it's so important. We start to finally show up loving ourselves, and no longer will we then accept anything less than what we truly deserve. Sending so much love to you all, guys. See you soon. I'll be back very, very soon.